I'm super, super excited to be here. I am just so honored. Hopefully I won't cry. So let's get started. I'm so excited. So today we're going to be talking about welcoming you to GrooveKon. And I want to tell you who I am. Who is Angie Norris? Because some of you do know who I am and some of you don't. And so I'll talk about that. I also want to tell you 10 things I wish I would have known when I first got started. So you newbies out there, this one's for you. And I'm going to also have 3 main topics. Big picture, where I want you guys to keep the end in mind. What are your end goals, right? We're going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about also why we're trapped in the funnel stage and the mindset barriers of an entrepreneur, which I'm sure all of you guys probably have. Second, I'm going to talk about funneling up and how to level up your funnels, which funnels should you be building, and what the difference is between a designer and a developer of your funnels. And then finally, we're going to talk about game changers, which a lot of people have been talking about game changers this week, and I think they're pretty powerful. And we'll be talking about all these things from authority to next-gen tools and software. And I'm going to give you the opportunity identifier so you guys can leverage those. And then finally, I'm actually going to show you my exact blueprint of how I build funnels. And I do this for myself and my clients. So I'm excited about that. And I'm going to get started. So first, I just want to say thank you to Groove for giving me this honor to be up here to pour into you guys today. I am just so excited. I'm a little bit nervous, but I know I just have so much to just be thankful for. And I hope that you guys feel the same way I do about Groove. And so being the first Groove ambassador helps me just go, wow, Groove is on a mission and we're along for the ride, and I'm super excited about that. So if we can, let's give a huge round of applause to 3 different groups, all the Mikes. So we got Mike Filsaime and his amazing team of people, the founders of Groove, and all of the people behind the scenes. They've done a lot of work for this. Mike Long and his team, they put on this really spectacular event with production and everything. And then we have Mike Jones over here and his team. So the 3 Mikes, can we give huge rounds of applause to them? So for those 3 and all the founders of Groove, thank you so much for having me here. Okay, I have a lot to cover. I have actually 86 slides and I only have 75 minutes. So I'm gonna talk really fast, but we're gonna get started here. So first I wanna tell you who is this girl, Angie Norris. So a brand new newbie online the last couple years. How did she get on this stage? I have many brands already and I'm super excited about them. I have Ascend. How many Ascend members are in the audience? Woo, yeah. And that was a Groove-inspired coaching program I started a year ago, as well as I have now a funnel building agency, I guess, of sorts, called Extreme Funnels. And I have my Groove Stars community, and to me, every single person here is a Groove Star, so join that Facebook group. And I have other things coming out, like I have this little space guy holding an infinity. It's gonna be called Groove Infinity. It's coming out next year to help people with Groove. So I'm a 20-year corporate marketer. I am the first certified Groove Funnels or Groove ambassador. I've closed over $500,000 in my own sales last year, which was amazing. I'm an award-winning marketer, author, coach, agency owner, and I've built hundreds of funnels and websites throughout my career. So super excited to be here. And let me just give you a little bit of a background of how I got to be standing on this stage. So 20 years corporate IT. You're probably wondering, 20 years? She doesn't look very old, right? I'm turning 44 on Tuesday, and so I spent 20 years in IT. I loved my job. I had the director level marketing roles all over, and my final position was as a principal of global sales enablement, and that's a big title, but basically I helped Hewlett-Packard Enterprise Services and Computer Sciences Corporation. They were a merger that made DXC technology. All the sales guys taught them how to sell, gave them all these tools so that they can be better sellers, and that's what I love, love, love. But with all mergers come layoffs. And so I got actually laid off, and I knew it was coming. I made it through 17 rounds of layoffs in 5 years. And I decided to wait it out to the very end because I just love my job. And so I finally made the leap in July of 2019 and made that jump into the online space. Had no clue what to do, but I started building my own business called TVpreneurs at the time. I was building Roku channels on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and it was a blast. I had my whole funnel built out, and now we put people into a program with my business partner, Ragne Sanikas. We have Starpreneurs. I have lots of business partners you'll hear about today, but I just had such a great time making that leap. It was scary, but I'm glad I had the courage, and I hope that some of you guys do too. So, Groove came out of nowhere like a Mack truck, hit me on my side, threw me off. I was like, whoa, what's this Groove, right? And I was looking for a software that was free. I needed a free software because my TV channel clients and challengers, I wanted them to have a premiere page to showcase their TV channels and shows. But I didn't have anything because, Bleep Funnels had a payment plan, right? And so I didn't want them to have to pay $99 a month just to showcase their TV channels and shows. So I was on the hunt for this amazing software, and Groove came out of nowhere. I think I saw an ad. I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly, but I know that in May of 2020, I came across Groove and I saw the word lifetime, which I'm addicted to lifetime. How many people love the word lifetime? Yeah. And I also love the word founder, so that's a great word too. So I thought, you know what? This is exactly what I'm looking for. I bought it on May 26th. And then on May 28th, I decided to, you know what? I want my friends over in Bleep Funnels to know about this, but I didn't want to call out ClickFunnels. I didn't want to say the name because I didn't want to hurt their feelings. So I just made it a curiosity-based post. And I had people copy that post and make lots of money from it. And anyone's welcome to do that. You just go search my page. But that one post has caused me to make over 6 figures in my PayPal account and affiliate commissions from Groove. And I am just so thankful because that was an organic traffic method. But that really got me noticed. And I owe a lot to the founders because first it was John Cornetta who reached out to me. I didn't know he was a founder. I'm like, who's this guy reaching out to me? And he's like, hey, we sent you a friend request from me and Mike. Please accept it. We saw your video about how you made so much money in such a short period of time. And I was like, oh, okay. So I got on there, and then they got me connected to Joe Jablonski. So if you don't know who Joe Jablonski is, you better get to know him if you're going to be an affiliate. Isn't Joe Jablonski awesome? Woo! Yes. He took me under his wing. He's been there every step of the way, and he was a catalyst for getting me on Groove Digital Presents. And from that webinar, things just started to take off. So much fun. I love it. Lots of Groove first certified Groove Funnels ambassador, closed over 500,000 sales, featured in their magazine, and the list goes on. But I want to say one thing. They make you feel like family. And if you haven't taken the time to meet some of the Groove staff and founders, I mean, they're down to earth. They were out there last night having fun at the tiki bar, doing some tequila, and they are just so much fun, right? So I want you guys to take the time to, while you're here, to say hi, take some selfies because you're gonna need it. Okay, 2021, started an agency where I partnered with Alicia Little on Ascend, and we're revamping it. It's coming back out in January. We're super excited. My Groove Stars community is thriving, have like almost 5,000 members of that, and just many, many, many more projects I'm working on that I'm super excited about. I've won some awards, top 50 IT leaders this year, and also because of Alicia, because she pushes me to do a lot of things, and she made me apply for the .com, Vidi, and Marcom awards, and I won double platinum and 2 golds, and so it was awesome. It's been a great year. And then here I am at GrooveKon. I'm speaking to you guys, but really, guys, I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl new to online space. I'm just trying to build my empire. How many are trying to build your empire? Yes, yes, okay. But I want to take some time just to say that I am doing this because I have a why. My family means the world to me. My husband is right over here. Can you raise your hand? And how many people have to live with an entrepreneur and you're not so much an entrepreneur? And you know how it's really difficult. Like, it's not an easy role that you have to play. You have to be supportive. You have to go through the ups and downs, and you have to just go, okay, honey, and it's hard. So say thank you to my husband, Chris, who has stepped up and helped with the kids and just been amazing. We're from St. Louis, and I met some fellow St. Louis people last night, which was awesome. Woo! And so I'm excited to be here. Thank you guys so much. Okay, so let's get started. Now, I told you guys that I had 86 slides. So I told you guys I had 86 slides. Well, actually, I look right here, 96. So I'm not gonna make you guys take snapshots because I know how that is. I'm gonna actually give you guys a link. You guys can download them and you don't have to worry about taking pictures, okay? So you can go to Big Picture Funnels. I'm not giving them to you right this minute because I want you to be distracted. I know how you guys are. You guys watch ahead of time. I'm like that too. So you'll get them after I speak, but you can go to that and put in your email address and it's in Groove, so you'll know the drill. And I want you to say that this is more than a presentation. This is going to be kind of a workshop. So all the concepts I'm giving you are things you need to start thinking about for yourself. It doesn't matter where you're at in your journey. I want you to know that you need to think about this stuff. And then after this, with the slides later this week, when you get back home, I'm going to send you an email with a couple worksheets that have these big concepts. So you have action. When you get back home, you're going to be overwhelmed. You're going to be like, yeah, I can conquer the world. What do I do? And so I'm gonna give you some steps just to start thinking about your big picture. So 10 things I wish I would have known when I first started out. I wish someone would have just sat me down and said, these are really big things, Angie. Listen to people. These gurus are making money for a reason. You need to listen. And so I'm gonna cover 3 big pillars: big picture, funnel up, and game changers, but I'm gonna talk about these 10 things throughout that. So you're gonna see a little guide on the right of which section I'm talking about, but here we go. I'm gonna talk fast, I have a lot of slides. Okay, number 1, I wish I would have known to always think beyond the funnel. And why is that? Because we are conditioned to funnel. We are conditioned to funnel by people in this industry who say, okay, you need one funnel until it hits $1 million. Work on that one funnel, stay in that one funnel, stay in that one funnel, work, 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 work. What we're not knowing is that we're just keep getting sold to, right? And that, oh, well, you need copy and you need this and you need that until you get one funnel. But what happens is we don't know what our big picture is. We don't know what our end goal is. So we really don't know if that funnel is going to be driving towards our bigger missions, right? And so if I would have known that there's a bigger picture at play, I may not have made the funnel that I did, right? And so I want to keep you guys from that. So think about that when you're building your funnels. Is it going towards your end goal, or are you just trying to make money today, right? There's a difference. And so think about that. But the main thing is you gotta believe in your dream. I'm a big dreamer, huge dreamer. I told my husband, I'm like, if I gave you $500,000, what kind of cars would you buy? And, oh, he went to town and he was building all those cars and it's like, that's what I want. Even if you never hit a lot of those dreams, you have to dream big, because when you have a dream, you have something to go for, and then you make a plan to get you to that dream, and that's what it's all about. So what is your end game? Do you want to make lots of money? Do you just want to retire? Do you want to supplement your Social Security income? What is it, right? So follow your passions too. I wasn't following my passion in my first funnel, and I started going down a different track and realized one day I was burnt out. I'm like, oh, this is not what I want to be doing with my life. This isn't following my heart, right? So that's what I want you guys to think about. And how can you get started with that? Build a dream board. Build a dream board. I challenge you. And I think Alicia has a free training on dream board, so you can hit her up when she speaks. But this is huge. Put somewhere. It could be Trello. It could be have a paper. I do it in my phone. I just have notes, and I just write these little things of like, ooh, this would be really cool to have. Ooh, yeah, a Peloton. That would be really neat. All these different things. It doesn't have to be tangible either. It could be leaving a legacy for your kids. It could be so many other things that are not tangible, right? So dream big. How many people are dreaming big? Come on, yeah. You gotta dream big, right? Okay, so we have to look about where we came from to know where we're at today, to know where we're going, because past performance is an indicator of future performance. So if you've made mistakes in the past, I bet you're not gonna make those same mistakes again. And if you've had successes, you're probably gonna try to replicate those successes as many times as you can, right? So how did you get here? And I'm not talking about driving to GrooveKon, I'm talking about how did you get to the stage of your life that you're at today? Where are you now? Are you killing it in your business? Are you just starting out? Are you just wanting to scale? Where are you at? And then, are you thinking long-term? Where's the future? Where are you headed? I'm a long-term thinker. I wrote an article in Thrive Global, which is Ariana Huffington's magazine, about future pacing, thinking about yourself in the future. If you want to be a millionaire, you got to think about, if I was a millionaire, this is how I would be acting and doing and thinking, right? So that's what you guys have to do too. So I'm going to see where you're at right now. And I know I'm talking fast, but I have a lot of slides. Okay, so where are you guys today? Who is a newbie to the online world? Never made $1 online? Newbie? Good, and I'm so excited for you the most because, man, this space is so fun and so cool, and there are so many possibilities. So I'm excited for you the most because, man, once you start to gain momentum, you're gonna understand why we're all so nerding out on all this stuff, especially group. Number 2, how many people know all the concepts of being online and being social and having traffic, but you just haven't implemented yet? How many people fall into that category? I think I was there for like over a year. I was in the learning loop. No, let me go back. Sorry, my slides are very animated. I thought if I'm not good speaking, then at least the presentation is going to be really cool. But okay, so number 2, you know all the concepts, but you just haven't implemented. So that's where I was for a long time because I was in the learning loop. I was learning, and then I was in the technology treadmill where I'm like buying all this software, but I really wasn't using it, right? Okay, so I'm not sure. And then the next one is you have a business and you're ready to scale it. How many people fall into that category? Good, I like some of these, yeah. And then the next one is how many people want to automate and systematize your business because you're spending too much time in that day-to-day stuff, right? Okay, we have a lot of those and I love this. So, and then the final one is your business is on fire and you are ready for more of that. How many people are there? Yeah, I'm glad for you guys. So you see, like, everyone's in a different spot. The same method is not gonna apply to every single person. And if I would have known that there's a bigger picture at play, but it's not everyone's big picture, it's my big picture, I would have done things a lot differently, honestly. So that's that one. Let me go on. I'm gonna go over this quickly, but what do you want? What is your goals? Do you wanna have control of your life? Do you wanna earn more money? Live the laptop lifestyle, follow your passions, share to the world, impact, change, make change. You want to have the freedom, go to Dream Island, that's what I wanna do, and have as many offers as you want. I mean, there are so many options, right? I'm trying to get to the touchless, where I'm building businesses that I can step away from. I can come here to GrooveKon and go on the marketer's cruise and not go, oh, I've got to go to this meeting and I've got to handle this client. I want touchless because I think that's going to be cool because it's going to make money in my sleep, and that's what I want for all of you guys too. Okay, so my point is, you guys need to always be thinking about your ultimate goals, not just what's today. Yes, we can make quick money, but then what happens when we need to make that payment in 6 months or a year from now? We need to make sure that we're always going towards that ultimate goal. So every step you take, just like the song, needs to go to those ultimate goals. Okay, next we have, I wish I would have known that it's equally important to identify your talents as it is to share them with the world. How many people are sharing their talents with the world? Yeah, you guys are making an impact. If you can just change one life, it matters. And so, but basically you want to turn your ideas into income streams. You want to turn your brains into bounty. You want to turn any experiences you have into all this money, right? Basically, all those things are turning things that you have. It could be a skill and something intellectual property, right? You want to make sure that you identify what those are, and then you're going to turn them into paths to share to the world. You want hobbies, missions, products, services, offers, gifts, talents. You basically want to impact with what you have. Every single person has a superpower that's sitting here today. And if you don't think you have one, you're wrong. Ask your friends, find out, they will tell you, because they all see it. Sometimes we're too close to our head, but everyone has a superpower and you owe it to the world to share your intellectual property. And I will tell you that you'll get as rewarded as the person that you're bestowing your talents upon. So please, I just want to leave you with, if once you figure out what your superpower is, follow that passion, build products around it. You are going to love it. Okay, so the next thing, number 3, I wish I would have known mindset barriers of an entrepreneur are a universal problem. Every entrepreneur has mindset barriers, and I'm going to show you the list. I wrote this list out while I was coming into this world, while I was working on this the last 2 years. These are the mindset barriers I had to face. I even wrote a book about it because there were just so many. And before the climb, I bucketed them into plateaus, pits of despair, points of gratification, the ultimate summit. I get imposter syndrome. I was staring at the ceiling at 2 a.m. this morning going, why me? You know, and we all have stuff like that, right? We just don't see what other people see sometimes, and it can get us down. Then I have analysis paralysis a lot. I love learning, and I don't share my worth enough, and there's just so many mindset barriers, but just know that you're not alone. And I think that's the biggest point that getting in these live events, meeting people, finding people that you know are having the same issues that you have, you will finally go, wow, that person had that too. Call them up, have them walk you off that ledge of despair, or maybe you have a win and success. Call that person up and say, listen, I just made another Groove sale, and it's empowering. So please do that. Know that you're not alone in mindset barriers. Okay, I wish I would have known the gold is actually in the list. The gold is in the list is actually exactly just that. It is, and I didn't listen. I wish I would have listened. And all the people here this week have been telling you the list, the list, the list, butterfly marketing, the list, the list, the list. Everyone's gonna tell you that. So if you're new, listen to this. This was the one thing I should have focused on from day one. And why didn't I listen, right? That's what I'm saying to myself right now. The bigger the list, the bigger the gold. And I'm telling you, I left money on the table because I did not take leads in the beginning when I had the best or easiest chance to. And now I'm looking back and going, man, my email list is only at X number. It should be double or triple that if I would have started from day one building my list. How many people have an email list? Good for you. I'm proud of you. Okay, so my point in this section is always think beyond the funnel. Every action you take, you want to make sure that you're not just building one funnel in a silo. Funnels are vehicles, but you have to fuel them with traffic, with social proof, with lots of things to make them go from point A to point B to get you to that ultimate summit. So you're gonna have many funnels in your business. I thought you'd just have one, right? No, I have multiple funnels. I'm sure every single person that talked on the stage this week has multiple funnels, and it's all leading them to that end goal. So having that big picture. Who wants to see my big picture? You guys want to see my picture? Okay, so this is how I see it in my head. I'm very visual. I call it the Iceberg Theory, and it's a little skewed here, but it is where above the iceberg in the water, right? Above the water is what people know about me, what people see about me, what people can interact with me, right? So it's Angie Norris. Who is Angie Norris? My brands, I have a family. I live in St. Louis. I'm a Groove ambassador. My brands, my profiles, my social stuff, my programs, my communities. And to me, I really only want to make 20% of my income from all of that. The real money is below the water. It is where I want to make 80%. So this is my big picture. I want to continue to do affiliate marketing. I have lots of partner ventures going on, strategic alignments. Who have I aligned with? Groove. And you know why? And I told someone this morning, and I wasn't going to talk about it, but I'm going to give you this little secret, is you have to look at Groove as not just affiliate marketing and building your own business. Think about this. They have 550,000 users. What if you can create a product or a program or a service that accelerates them in their Groove experience, that helps them, that makes their life easier? You're going to make money because every lead, right? Every lead, 550,000 potential leads for you if you do just that. And I know a lot of you are doing that, and that is the real money for me. The long-term money is doing those things. And so I'm doing that. Okay, so then passive income streams on the far is systems, processes, and automation. The touchless, I'm trying to now work it all into this touchless system. So the 80%, I wake up in the morning and I'm like, cool, yay, ooh, want crib money, whatever it is, right? And then your funnels are gonna go throughout. So my big picture, and I'm not quite there yet, I'm still working my way up, but 20% is what everyone knows about me, but the 80% is where the real money comes in. And I think if anyone builds their own big picture, something similar to this, and you think about that all the time, like if every step I'm taking, every person I'm meeting, am I driving towards that bigger picture? That's what I'm doing. And I think if you guys understand that and do that too, you're gonna be loving it. Okay, number 5, I wish I would have known to always have a minimum viable funnel. I made that up. So I know minimum viable product, right? Minimum viable funnel. An example of this would be having a digital business card. I made all of these in Groove, and I even let people use them, hold them. They serve 2 purposes. One is having a gateway, no matter where you are, to find information about you. They come into here, it's like step 1, join my Facebook group. Step 2, message me on Messenger, whatever it is that you have, and you can change those out at any time. So having a minimum viable funnel, going to an event. Do you have a gateway for someone to connect with you? Or are you just like taking their business card and writing their name down or getting their phone number, but then you forget, right? So having this is great. Now the other part of it is affiliate marketing. What if you can pull this in to your Groove account and then share it back out to a potential Groove star that has never heard of Groove? They click that button, it comes right into their brand new account and they're under you with Groove. I mean, that's a pretty easy way to get leads, right? And so this is awesome, and I'll give you guys these. If you go to that big picture funnels, I'll send those out sometime this week. These are great, and you can change the background, you can change everything. It's amazing, but someone might be asking, okay, that's cool, but how does that work? Well, it's called a share funnel. So if you don't know what a share funnel is, I'm gonna show you what a share funnel is. So a share funnel is a one-click import right into the Groove account. Now, there's 2 things. If you are an existing Groove user already, make sure your account's open before you hit the click button. The share funnel will come right into your account. It's like auto-magically right there. Woo, there it is, and it's ready to go, right? That's 1. Number 2 is if they don't have an account, it's gonna take them right to your affiliate link. They're gonna sign up, and then once they're inside, they click that link and comes right in. It's pretty cool, and they can be off and running and having a funnel up within a couple hours. I mean, I built a funnel this morning because I was trying to make sure that I had a gateway for you guys to get the slides, and it doesn't take that long, and I think Groove makes it super easy. So also, this one that I have right here is an example. My friend Lori back here said, hey, my friend wants a solar funnel. Do you have one? I'm like, I'll just make one. So I made this solar funnel. It's parallax. It's newbie friendly, fully responsive. I sent it to her. I was sending it out. I'll give it to you guys. And what's cool about this is that if you look at the other long pictures, what's great is this is actually the same exact funnel. So I use the same exact funnel for all 5 of these, but they're different niches completely, right? So we have the texting service, we have the dental hygienist, we have a celebrity dog trainer, we have a direct marketing company that Eric War is helping with, and then we also have a CEO coach. 5 different funnels, but guess what? It's the same exact share template. I mean, that's pretty cool, right? So you guys can customize them to your own need. All right, so number 6, I wish I would have known which funnel to build first. How many people have that kind of question too? You come in this world, which funnel should I build? There's so many options. Yeah, I had that same exact experience. It's like, okay, I think I'm just gonna do this one because that person is doing that one and it just makes sense. But really it's not going towards your big picture. It's hard to know which one to go into. So there's so many funnel options, so many pages, how many pages do I need? And it's a lot. So I'm gonna tell you that you need to think about what are your current goals. Each person has a different goal. Some of them are to increase awareness, increase traffic, interaction, opportunities, sales, retention. It doesn't matter where you're at in that customer journey. You need to identify that first. I mean, that's pretty classic and sounds pretty basic, but some people miss that, right? They just build a funnel just for the sake of building a funnel. So you need to make sure that you are identifying your goal first. Then you have to ask the right questions. You have to know, do people know about you already? Okay, well, if they don't, then you need to increase awareness. And these are the metrics you can use to kind of see how that's tracking for you. And then here's some tactics that you can use: social media, events, advertising, and so on. You just keep doing that. Do people call you or visit you? Okay, well then here's what you can do. Do people, what's that say, trust you? That's a big one. That's a big one, trust. I think trust is probably one of the biggest pillars of the online space. The know, like, and trust thing. Get that down and you're gonna understand the secrets of building relationships online, even when you don't see people in person. And there's so many more, right? There's this whole slide and it has a lot of stuff that you can do to make sure, but this is going to help you decide which funnel to build. If you have these questions and you identify them, you're gonna go, okay, I get it now. I need an application funnel, right? Oh, okay, I just need an opt-in funnel. Oh, I need a free book plus shipping offer. Or, so that's gonna get you closer to knowing and identifying, and that's gonna help you make sure that you build the right funnel first. And I wish I would have known that when I first started. Okay, so the next thing is number 7. I wish I would have known there's actually a difference between a designer and a developer. And this is what I put together as, okay, we have the GrooveFunnel designer and we have the GrooveFunnel developer. And they're 2 different skill sets. I think that's very important. If you can find someone that has both skill sets, I call it a unicorn, right? So we have little GrooveKon on the designer side. He's so cute. And then we have a Groovezilla over on the other side, right? So if you can find both, it's a Groovezillacorn. I just made that up, I don't know. But so like next year I want to see t-shirts of what you are, okay? But Groovezillacorn is a very unique skill set. And there are people that exist in the Groove world that can do both. I think that I kind of fall in that category. I lean more towards designer, but finding the right person to build your funnel is very, very important. You need to have someone that has either both skill sets or you have 2 separate people that work together in unison. It's very neat once you find that, because you want to make sure that, you don't have an ugly funnel. Now, I'm going to say this as a disclaimer. People do have ugly funnels that sell millions of dollars. I'm not saying that they don't work. They do. But, this is the same guy, right? Which one do you want to be the first instant someone comes into your business, they walk in and they see this guy, picking his teeth and he looks all disheveled, he looks like the Unabomber, and is that who you want to be representing you? Or would you like this guy who's very clean cut? How can I help you? He's just dressed to the nines. Okay, who wants the ugly guy over here? Okay, no one. That's what I thought. Good job. And then who wants this guy, right? Who wants that guy? That's what you want. I love it. So yeah, so friends don't let friends build ugly funnels. If you had a choice, why not go for the better looking funnel? Because to me, design matters. To me, putting your best foot forward matters. To me, your brand, it's all about branding. If you brand yourself with this guy, people are gonna think that you're not gonna charge a lot. If you go with this guy, people are gonna be like, wow, that's a world-class funnel and I got it at a steal, right? So make sure that you identify if you're a designer, developer, or you're gonna hire someone that does both or just the one. Okay, so I wish I would have known that content is actually king. Like, I have done a poor job, I admit it, of publishing. How many are good at publishing? And what I mean by publishing, you're publishing the videos to YouTube, you're on social media, you are getting tons of stuff out, right? Not a lot of people, I know I feel that too. I am terrible at it. I get in my head that I need to have all of my stuff together. I need to have my description down and my website down, and I need to have calls to actions and funnels, and you know what? We just gotta go. And content is actually king. But if content is king and authority is queen and they had a baby, it would be called influence. This is how my head is very visual in my head. So I made this up because, man, if you can have a lot of content, the more content you have, the more expertise people think of you. They see you out there, you're gaining digital real estate online. The more digital real estate you have, the more you're gonna be just winning, right? And then we also have authority. If you are building authority, you're doing a good job, for one. But two, people are gonna think of you whenever you have this service and they're like, oh man, I need this service. Ooh, who is it? Oh, I remember, it is Joanne Wolof. She can have that, right? So it is so important to have both. And then the more you have both, the more that you can influence behavior. You can influence buying decisions. And it is so important. So remember this, you have to repeat what you do all of the time, over and over and over. And you're gonna sound like a broken record. Tell those stories, tell those stories. Make sure that you remind people it is not their job to remember what you do. It is your job to remind them what they do over and over. Like Russell Brunson, Mike Filsaime, all the big guys, you hear the same stories and you're like, gosh, I heard this story a million times. But guess what? Who do you think of when you think of butterfly marketing? Who do you think of when you think of Groove? You're gonna think of Mike, right? I mean, that's what you have to do. So make sure you keep that in mind. Okay, gotta keep going. Okay, I wish I would have known that game-changing opportunities are all around us. Like at this event alone, how many people have felt this game-changing opportunity of GrooveKon, right? Woo, GrooveKon. Yeah, opportunity identity, huge. And I made this kind of to give you guys some ideas of what I look for in opportunities and how you can leverage them too. But here's the thing, you gotta be open to opportunity. Some people are very closed and they don't take risks. They aren't confident. You have to make sure that you know that there's opportunity knocking at the door all around you, but if you don't open that door, you're never gonna harness them. So there are 5 different categories that I look for. We have paid, earned, shared, owned, and new. I love the new. I mean, that's kind of my thing. Like I love being an early adopter, a founder, a backer, a charter member. I love thinking fast forward. I love just going to first of its kind, next gen, and all of those things. That's why Groove came into my world and I was like, bam, I'm gonna be one of the first people to use it, and I was. But there's so many more ways, right, to make an impact. There's opportunities all around you. You have to harness and find them. I'm gonna give you an example. So this is a brand new whiteboard that I came across. And we're calling it Extreme Lightboard. And you can see on the left, it's glass, it's pure glass. It has a built-in camera, a built-in mic, and you actually draw on it. You see the video on the left, right, is Groove affiliate training that I was doing, and I'm writing on it, right? And this was my first time using it, so my handwriting's terrible, but it's really cool because you can pull in like videos and pop them in, very futuristic. You can pull in all this stuff. One of my business partners, Kevin, and I decided, hey, why don't we be the first ones to bring this to the influencer celebrity market? No one has this. Let's be the first ones, and let's be also the first ones to also offer it as an affiliate program, so other people can be an affiliate. So this is an example of us in a meeting in Zoom, and don't mind my face. I was trying to be sly and taking a snapshot. You ever do that? Where you're like, okay, I'm taking a screenshot, but I don't want anyone to know, That was me. And so we're on a client meeting, and here's Kevin, he's drawn everything, and everyone was like, sign me up, I want one. I mean, that's pretty cool, right? Because it's first of its kind, it's new, it's a brand new way to share information and be different and look different. When you're on a meeting, you're gonna be a showstopper. You're gonna be a scroll stopper too, right? When you're scrolling down. Now, I wanna say another opportunity is identifying things that you can do that are different. I love birthdays. My birthday's next week. We have Mike's birthday. We have lots of birthdays in the audience. We have birthdays earlier this week from another speaker. I mean, birthdays to me are just the opportunity to go, wow, I lived another year. I have more memories. Yes, we all deal with some heartache and sadness in that year, but when it's all said and done, we're still living, we're still breathing, and we gotta harness the day, right? And so birthdays to me mean a lot. So I was able to get over 100 people to wish Mike Filsaime a happy birthday. And if we can we sing him happy birthday right now? Okay, let's sing happy birthday. Ready? Everyone in the studio audience and also online, let's go. 1, 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mike. Happy birthday to you. Yay! So, for Mike's birthday, Kevin and I decided to gift him our first light board. We're gonna send it to him next month so he can use it and show you guys how we use it. I'm hoping he'll be one of our first affiliates too. So there, Mike, that's for you. All right. So I'll finish out by talking about the power groove, because that was something that I identified as being an early adopter. And you know, I understand beta because I come from a 20-year IT background where beta to means be patient. Beta means be patient. Be patient, right? There's a difference between beta, released, and actually published to the world, right? So I believe in the future, and that's why I've hooked my caboose to the train, because Groove is going this way, and the best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. So you guys, I hope that you're using it. That's the number one thing that I did right away. The first day, before I even promoted it, I actually built a couple of things in there to make sure that I knew what I was talking about. So when someone came to me and said, hey, Angie, have you used it? Actually, I have. I built this out. I showed examples. Be the knowledge broker. If you don't want to build funnels, that's okay too. Be the person that they come to for information. I don't know all the answers in Groove. There was even, I think Donna made a comment, I think she knows Groove more than we know Groove, like right in the beginning, right? Because I was out there being resourceful. I wasn't the expert, but I was pulling information from David Lemon and from Donna and from Joe and from Mike, and I was pulling information, and people would come to me and be like, asking me questions. I had a whole list in my notes. I'd be like, copy, paste, copy, paste. And they were like, man, you're such an expert. Expert means one step ahead. You're one step ahead of the rest of the people. And if you have that knowledge is power, you're the one that they're gonna come to when they wanna buy Groove or experience Groove. So please be patient. It's gonna be worth it. How many people love Groove? Okay, number 10, last one. I wish I would have known that relationships are worth way more than money. They just are. When I first came in, I was alone. I didn't know a single person on this online space. Since then, right in the beginning, I got some online besties, Lori Hyde, Sherry Words, Kathy Walls, and we started conquering things together. And then I came to the Groove world and got even more besties. Alicia Little, Deb Cole, and I can name probably a lot of you guys who we talk all the time, right? And I'm talking about girls right now, but I have a lot of guy friends too. Yeah, my husband's here, so I'm just kidding. So I just want you to know that relationships matter. This was from a couple nights ago, and I take snapshots for a reason. Don't be afraid to ever take selfies, snapshots. No one's gonna judge you for it, but I love memories. I love building relationships with people because you never know which ones are gonna be the most powerful ones. I can't even imagine my life without the relationships of people in Groove and my friends. It's just amazing. And some of you I've met, I know we're gonna be killing it together and rising together. So relationships definitely matter. Okay, but I wanna finish this out by saying, how did I get here though? Like, I didn't answer that question of how did Angie Norris, newbie online, no one knew her, get to be standing on the stage? I planted seeds. I planted seeds. I was strategic. I saw an opportunity and I started planting those seeds because I knew if I could get to be standing here on stage, I could maybe impact one life. And if I can impact one life, then I've done my job, I've shared my talent, and we can grow together, right? And so when I was on Groove Digital Presents, Mike Filsaime made the comment, I can guarantee Angie's going to be speaking at our next event. I heard that, I was like, nope, I'm scared, I'm nervous, I have fear. No one's gonna listen to me. But at the same time, I'm like, but what an opportunity. It's an opportunity. So I reaffirmed that opportunity when I saw Mike in person. And then I had a reminder and an affirmation. Whenever I'd see him in person or online, I would say, hey, I just want you to know that I am up for that. I would be up for that. If I had the opportunity, no pressure. And then here I am today speaking at GrooveKon. So when you see an opportunity, it may not be instantly gratified, but if you lay the groundwork for that, I'm telling you, you will get there. People call it different things, but have a big dream, have a goal, go after it. I'm telling you, it's so worth it. Okay, so, all right, well, I'm gonna end this out by giving you my exact blueprint of how I build funnels. So here we go. Okay, I've made 12 pillars. I have 12 pillars, and to me, this made sense. When I was building stuff out, I'm very processed. I have step-by-step action plans that I start building into, something for myself so I can go back to every time. And I want to make sure that I save time and I'm efficient. I come from an IT background, I'm a nerd, as you can see. And I want to make sure that I go and I'm like, okay, I need to post a thing on YouTube. Okay, well, I have this checklist. Okay, did I do this? Did I do this? Did I do this? Yep, I did all those things. Okay, I'm good, right? Or if I found something new, I'd add that to the checklist. I would improve it every time. And that's what I do. So these are my first 6 pillars: getting started, concept, content, copy, branding, and list building, all things you've heard. And then on the back side, we have designer, developer, publish, campaigns, and traffic. And traffic is why we're here. It fuels your funnels, it fuels traffic. So it's the bomb diggity, right? That's what you need. So I'm gonna go through each one really quickly because I know I'm getting close to my time. But the first one was I built these checklists I built a workbook to talk about how to get started building funnels, and I fill it out. I do this for clients. When I get them on a call, I'm like, okay, let's fill this out. Let's do your profile. So what is your goal? What are your business? What are the benefits? What are the objections? I mean, there's all these things that I have them fill out. I have a 20-point landing page checklist that I go through, and I'm like, okay, here's what I need. This high converting headline. Oh, I need a sub headline. I need the VSL, and what are the scripts for the VSL? And I have all these different things, 20-point checklist. I do what funnel software options. I actually, yes, I influence Groove. I mean, that's my go-to, and I tell people about it all the time. That's what I push people to, not just because I'm gonna feel it, because I believe in it, but if it makes better sense for them to go with something else, I have in the first one to say, you know what, this does make sense because you've already have your funnels there. You might not want to move them over. It's going to take you time. There's a transition period, whatever, right? So there are software options, and I have a pros and cons for each one. And for me, that's what I go to when I talk to clients. And then finally, I have these 12 pillars, but I need something done now. I have a quick and dirty checklist that I just get it done, right? So that's good. So number 2, concept. Now you got to think about what's your funnel map look like. So I have like these funnel maps. Which funnel should you build? I have a quiz that I have, and it's like, okay, you check this quiz and it takes you to these options. Okay, now answer these questions. Okay, my offer is over 500. My offer is less than 900. My offer is 5,000. Okay, then these are your options. Okay, application. Oh, I need an application funnel. So I do that with my clients and myself, and I just have all these different checklists and things like that. And I have what I call a profile wizard, a funnel profile wizard that walks you through, and you have this guide. And so if you're not doing funnels yourself, and you're giving it to a designer, you just give them this guide and go, here, this is all the stuff that you need. And it's been epic for our agency. We can crack funnels out fast because we got what we needed from the data collection stage, and it didn't take that long. Okay, content. How to strategize, beautify, and level up your online sales funnels. I'm not going to talk about every single one, but just know that I have a checklist for everything. If I want to build a brand website, checklist and workbook. Online store, I'm building my first GrooveKon store. I'm super excited about it. Landing page checklist, membership site, blog, webinar. I can't wait to get into webinars. And with this Groove launch coming up, guess what? Automated webinars are going to be so cool for you as affiliates. And talk to Jablonski about that. And then, I need an ebook. Oh, I have 100 ebooks ready to go. And I just pop it in. If it's, on diet and fitness, if it's on building a list, doesn't matter, right? I have them all ready to go. And I just grab one, pop it in as a free thing. I have done for you graphics, obviously. Who likes my graphics? Yeah, I love graphics, obviously. I'm kind of a nerd about it. And so I do that, and then I have mock-ups. I love the 3D, right? The 3D looking thing on the t-shirts. I put the t-shirt, even though those weren't real shirts, I actually made them. Maybe Groove can put those in their store. But I love it, right? Copy is huge. Having high converting copy to me is very, very important. If you don't have high converting copy, you're not going to convert. And you can get as much traffic. You can have the best offers in the world, but if your copy is not selling them or getting them to the right spot, it's not gonna work, right? So I fill in like headlines, just tons and tons of stuff. The bonus stack, that's my favorite, and you fill it in, right? I mean, I just make it easy for myself, and I've done this. I've done what Groove has done. Why do we have Groove pages? Not because they wanted you to have Groove pages, because they needed Groove pages. They had GrooveKart, and they're like, oh, we need a landing page to talk about GrooveKart. ClickFunnels, Infusionsoft, Kartra. Nope, let's just build our own. Oh, we need a video, Groove video. And then they started adding everything. That's what I do. That's what everyone should be doing, right? We should be building our own stuff for ourselves to make our life easier. And now that I have clients, it makes their life easier. List building, huge, important. How do you get started with that? Fill in the blank, templates, email swipes. I mean, it's all needed, right? Lastly, we have designer. That's my where I live. I love the designer. I'm a GrooveKon, and we have we have to do all the different things to make sure our designs are high level so our funnels look amazing. And then we have the developer side, the integration, the back end, the things that I don't really care to do, but I do because I know it's not gonna work. I can make the most beautiful funnel, but if I don't integrate it into the right other things, I love how Groove is making it all-in-one software to make it way easier. I've spent lots of money trying to connect other builders with other platforms, and it's kind of a mess, you know? And so that's what I have for that, all these different things. And then we have publishing. You gotta publish it, but in that, there are things you gotta do. You know, you can get sued if you don't have ADA compliancy, if you don't have SEO and alt tags, and there's so much stuff that goes into the behind the scenes that people just don't even think about because you're just worried about it going live. But you know what? If you get all those things down, you are better for it. Funnels will be at the highest standards. And then we have launch. You gotta launch it, you gotta do campaigns, you gotta tell the world about your amazing products, services, and offers and funnels. And so there's checklists for that, and assets, and then campaigns. You wanna make sure that you run them. I do a lot of 30-day campaigns before something goes live, and it's amazing, I love it. And then finally, the traffic pillar. Oh my gosh, traffic, that's what we're here. And I didn't go deep on traffic because how many people were so impacted by all the speakers talking about traffic this week? I mean, amazing. Yeah, I mean, I love it. It is so powerful, and traffic will fuel your funnels to make sure that they're converting into getting it the most eyeballs. So that's what I have. Did you guys enjoy seeing kind of my blueprint? Yeah. Good. Well, I told my husband, when I was preparing this, I'm like, I don't want to tell anyone my secret stuff. This is like mine. My coveted blueprint I've been crafting for 2 years and building out. I don't want to tell people that because then they're going to use it and then it's not going to be unique and all this stuff. But he was like, yeah, that's not you. You like to share things. And I'm like, I do. I love telling people to use my stuff. I'm like, hey, if it worked for me, it could work for you. It may not, but try it. Go ahead, and that's what people are doing. So I decided to put together big picture funnels because I do believe if you have the end game in mind for your big picture, you're gonna win. You're just gonna win and you're gonna have everything. So what I did was I put a 12-month program, because there's 12 pillars, together called Big Picture Funnels. And I want you guys to have confidence that you have a repeatable plan for every single funnel build going forward. You have the one, and then you have to start over for the next one and the next one. And it takes a lot of time and heartache and headache, right? So what if you can have a repeatable plan? How big picture thinking can make sure that you're strategic in everything you do so you just stop wasting money. I did so many different things that didn't get me to my end goal because I didn't have the big picture in mind. I was going after quick wins. And yeah, after a month, I was like, man, now I gotta make more money. And it's like, why don't I have a repeatable plan? How to ensure that every funnel, membership, blog, site, e-commerce store build out focuses on empire building. I told you I'm a girl building my empire, and I think you guys are too. That's what it takes. Always be empire building. How to make sure that your plan offers something at every step of the buyer's journey. Do you have something for a free person? Do you have something for a low ticket? Do you have something for a mid ticket? And do you have something at a high ticket? Something that at every single stage, if you have something mid ticket and you're doing a good job, they're gonna want more from you. What do you have next? What if people don't really know you? You need a free offer to get acquainted with them. You know, it's like dating. You take them through and you've got to let them know who you are, why they should believe in you, build that know, like, and trust. You need an ascension model, right? So you got to have that. And how to stop blindly building funnels, not even knowing how it fits into your big picture. That to me is the biggest one. And then how to map out a funnel strategy plan so your team or your outsourced team gets what you want, right? You sometimes hire someone, you're like, I want a funnel. They're like, okay, what kind of a funnel? I don't know. What do you want to say? I don't know. You know, I mean, what if you had a plan and you're like, this is my plan, there you go. And they're like, you've made my life easier as your builder, and now I know exactly what you want. I know what your colors are. I know what pictures you want to use. I know your origin story. I know your benefits, your objections. I know your FAQs. Oh, boy, mind blowing, right? So much easier and saves you much time. So, big picture funnels is the 12 pillars. So each month we tackle one thing at a time because you're overwhelmed as entrepreneurs. You learn so much and then you're like, oh, I can't learn one more thing, right? So I've broken it out so every single month there is something each month for these. And we have the quick and dirty checklist if you're like, I need one now, but over a year's time, you're gonna get it down so that every funnel you build from 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, you're like on fire because you have a plan and you know, you don't have to question it. You don't have to go and search Google, which funnel should I build, right? I mean, that would be great. And then we have the rest, right? We have the designer, developer, and all of those things. So let me tell you who this is for, because I want you guys to know that this may or may not be for you. I know that some people probably don't even know what a funnel is right now, and that's okay, because funnels are important. They're similar to websites. I didn't go into that because I could spend a whole hour on it. But if you're a newbie, just getting started online, and you just have a will to succeed, you love learning things, you're not afraid of a little tech, right? And Groove has made it really easy for that. You want to plan and you just want to plug and play. This is for you to turn your passions into paydays. Or maybe you want to think like a CEO. You're like, you know what? I don't want to do the build out. I just want to outsource it, but I want to be a part of the plan. This is my business. This is my branding. This is me, right? I want to make sure that I have a plan. You want to finally break through. You don't even have to be technical. You just have to know your stuff, know your passions. It doesn't matter what your niche is. It applies to everything. You finally want a roadmap to build funnels over and over again, and you want a plan, but you want to outsource it so that you can spend the time doing the things you do best and not wasting time trying to build funnels on your own. Or maybe you're an agency owner. A lot of agency owners here, and I recommend a lot of people who are using Groove. Agency is an amazing thing, and you want to start maybe your own agency. If you haven't yet already, you want to learn agency tips. I'm not saying I'm the most expert person, but I am very intuitive, and I'm a problem solver, and I'm resourceful, and I feel like I have a lot of stuff I put into place for my own. And when we launched our agency, man, we were off. We built 8 funnels within less than 60 days because we had plans already in place. And I outsourced the funnel builds too. And you're gonna hear about that from Alicia in a couple hours because she's the outsourcing queen. And actually she's the one that pushed me to do it, but I had control issues. I'm like, I don't wanna let go, you know? And she's like, do it, you know? And I finally listened because she's smarter than me. And I finally did it, and I'm like, wow, this is actually pretty cool. I mean, I do a lot of the work on the front end, making sure the strategy's there, and then we have a team, we have copywriters, we have, oh my gosh, it's amazing. So then you want to, you know, have someone to mastermind with, a fellow agency owner that you can go, hey, Angie, what do you do for this? What if you have a high maintenance client? What do you do for them, right? You know, so you can mastermind, and you just want to build funnels and earn money. So I'm gonna quickly go through these. You're gonna get all of those blueprints that I had, every single one of them, all the checklists that I use, and I had to let go. I'm like, okay, should I share these with people? Okay, I will, because if it's working for me, it's gonna work for you. Concept, all of those things too, how to think big picture, right? You wanna make sure your content is fresh and beautiful. You wanna strategize and level up your funnels. You wanna craft high converting sales copy to make sure that they are converting, not just driving traffic, you gotta convert as well. You wanna make sure your branding is important. I know we have a lot of brand people in here, and I'm telling you, branding is super powerful. If you get your brand down, you are going to make sure that everything is seamless and looks the same, right? I have the same colors across all of my brands most of the time, and it's because people know, okay, that's an Angie Norris image, right? It's an Angie Norris thing. And we have all the stuff. Now, a lot of this is not just checklists, workbooks. We have all these done-for-you things as well. There's graphics, there's share funnels, there are copy. I mean, there's just so much stuff that I've put into here that I use for my own self. Guides for you, doesn't matter what you're building, and then publishing the right way, making sure that you have ADA compliancy. And if you want to hire someone out, I have a whole list of my black book of people that I use, and it is awesome. I mean, it's awesome. And then, you know, there's so much that goes into building funnels and launching them, having campaigns. So you're gonna get all of this stuff, every single thing. I think there's over 100 assets in here. You're gonna get month by month, right? And so what does that look like? We're gonna have monthly deep dive sessions every month. Getting started, concept, content, copy, the whole shebang every month. We're also gonna have 2 group live sessions. One is a Kickstarter, and you can't read this, but just know that I recommend it before your first 30 days, right? You come in, we have a Kickstart call, what to expect, how to get started fast, how to win with this program. What are your ideas? And I'm gonna have homework. I always have homework. I love homework. So you're gonna have homework, and you're gonna report back with the homework. And I give, like, if you're an agency owner, you should give them homework. That's what I do. And then you're also gonna have a program success call where there's accountability. We make sure that you're on track, that you're not falling behind, or if you're getting your questions answered, because I know that's a big stumbling block. You can't get your questions answered. I wanna make sure that you do that, and then you're gonna have more homework. So just be forewarned. I give a lot of homework. I'm not a teacher, but okay. So, and then you're gonna be also, I had started the Funnel Template Club. No one knows about it yet. You'll be the first ones. But I'm starting a Funnel Template Club because everyone wants my templates, right? They want my done-for-you assets and my hero images and my designer pop-ups and whatever it is, right? I have all these things that I have. So I'm putting a template club together, and that's part of a Groove Template Club. And I am gonna give you 12 months free access to the whole thing because I love killer graphics. I think you guys know that. And then finally, I'm gonna give you guys my secrets. I have lots of secrets. I know each person has secrets, but you're gonna get my agency secrets. How do I run my funnels? What do I use? What software tools? How do I acquire people that I outsource? How did you do that? I get that question all the time. Angie, how did you do that? I was sitting there working on something. I had Mike Filsaime's picture, and a butterfly flies in and sits on his shoulder. And then it flies away. And I had many people last night going, how did you do that? What were you using? And so I want to show people, oh, here's what I did. Here's how I made that ebook. Here's how I did this, that, whatever. Hottest affiliate offers. I get approached all of the time for the hottest affiliate offers. And I love it because I'm like one of the first ones to try things now. And so I want to give that to you. And then the game changers. I want you to identify, leverage, and harness opportunities. There's so many around us people aren't taking advantage of. But if you knew what to look for and knew how to plant those seeds, you're going to win. Doesn't matter which one you do. And then obviously, it wouldn't be the same without bonuses. So I'm gonna give you 4 books. One is the Entrepreneur's Playbook. There's 70 authors in it. There's also a secret chapter with Mike Filsaime. No one even knows he's in there. And his picture's not even on there, but he's actually in the book, Butterfly Marketing, right? And then we have Deb Cole, Alicia Little, and I wrote the first Clubhouse book. You'll get that. And then I'll give you my 2 chapters. One is a $1 million story. It's about all of those mindset barriers I had to face and how I overcame them. And then also overcoming adversity through entrepreneurship. That was a chapter I wrote. It's kind of my first time I'm opening up about some of the pain I've had in my past and how I've had to overcome adversity. And then obviously software. I'm a software nerd. You can ask anyone. And so I'm gonna give you software. I think earlier this week, someone showed this software. It's called Guru. I don't even know how to say it. Guru, I don't know. And so I'm gonna give you that, of lifetime access to that free mapping software, and until Groove has their own. And then, but that one's good. And then we have obviously Groove. If you don't have Groove, you're gonna get Groove. I wanna show you also how to take free full screenshot capture images. I use those every day. Let me give you a tip, just a side tip, is anybody use AppSumo? Okay, have you ever bought something on AppSumo and then you go to use it and then you're like, what did I buy? How many licenses did I get? And then you go back to AppSumo and that deal went away. And you have no idea how many licenses you have, how much time you have, how much you paid. So what I do is when I go to Epson and I buy something, I take a full screenshot of every page and I put it into a folder. So now when I'm ready to use that, because sometimes I don't use it right away, I go back and go, oh, I got that. It works great. I use this for not just showcasing funnels, but I use it for my own business as well. On the bottom, there's a tool, and I'm just going to tell you the tool because if you're an agency owner, or even if you're not, this tool is magical. It's my favorite thing that we use in our business. So this is a client of ours. She's a celebrity Grammy award-winning country music singer, and we've built 2 funnels for her this last month. We use a tool called Markup. Markup, it's free. And you go out to Markup, and what's cool is you can pop in images or you can pop in a domain, and then that client can go through and go, change this, add this video. I want this to be moved. It is the most magical thing that we have in our business. I have used other ones. This one just makes it easy, and you can share it with teams as well. So Markup is a great one. And then I have a happy birthday Chrome extension that automatically sends out birthday messages. I love it, and you'll get that too. Happy birthday, everyone. Okay, so finally, bonus number 3 is a butterfly marketing package. So I asked Mike, he said, go for it. And I have the 20-disc set, the original one, that has these amazing videos on it. This is Mike. I don't have the video. I didn't want to take up too much time, but isn't he adorable in this picture? It's so cute. And he talks about butterfly marketing for about an hour and a half on that, but there's tons of videos in this 20-disc set, PDF copies of the manuscript 2.0 and 3.0. I have the 7-Figure Secrets by Mike Filsaime he wrote back in the day. The Best Damn Newsletter by Mike Filsaime is also there. And then we have a deep dive interview that Mike and I did together. And I put that in there for training purposes. And then I'll have access to other things, butterfly marketing. But you get that too, because I think that butterfly marketing is the most powerful thing about Groove. It's the only software on the planet that does it. And once you harness it, just like Ridgely said that he's doing this yesterday, he launched something, right? And he's already seeing the amazing after effects. I use butterfly marketing all the time in my business for automating to different commission levels. It is epic. Okay, so I'm closing out, guys, and I just want to wrap up of what you get in the 12-month Big Picture Funnels program. And you're gonna get the 12 months covering the key pillars, and it's the exact blueprint I use for my business and my clients. And I actually have a different blueprint that clients see. It has more of like the data collection and data discovery, and it tells them a timeline. So it's like, okay, this is what you can expect. 2 to 3 weeks for this, 1 week for this, 3 weeks for copy, whatever it is, right? And I give that to them, but this is the one you use as you apply it. And that's, to me, I put a $3,000 value on it because I wasn't really sure if I was allowed to put $100,000, so I just put $3,000. And then monthly deep dive training sessions. I have the workbooks, the checklists, and I go deep into how to use them and why you should use them and the steps to use them and the done for you assets. 2 monthly live group sessions. So you get me on the Kickstarter, and you can do that at the beginning or throughout. Like if you fall off, you got busy or life happened and you're like, oh, I need to restart. You just start when you can. It's not a time thing. You have 12 months of content, but you can use it forever, right? You can come in anytime and just start. And that's, to me, about $2,000 worth of value per year, monthly drop of my secrets, and amazing bonuses, about $2K value. And then we have 12 months access to I call it the Funnel Boutique Template Club. It's gonna be a GrooveKon store. I'm super excited about it, but it's all the done for you graphics assets and share funnels, templates. Every single month I do a drop and you get a bunch of stuff. And then when you have requests, I want this, I'm in this niche, I'm like, oh, sweet. And then I add it to my list, right? So about $10,000 value is what I would love to offer you guys. But of course, I'm not gonna do that because I love you and you guys are my Groove stars, and I just am so blessed to be here. And so I decided to put it down to $2,500. So for those who wanna get in the program with me for a year, it's gonna be epic. I'm so excited to pour into you. You get all of my assets, like 100+ guides, workbooks, templates, everything, plus all the other stuff. And But of course, I love you guys way too much. So I decided just to do a one-time, and it's $9.97. But those Mac users, no. 99. Woo! Honestly, if you guys know me, I'd probably do it, but I can't. So anyway, so big picture funnels, I'm super excited about it. You sign up, and it's gonna be epic. I'm gonna be adding so much stuff. I can't wait because I know how powerful that this has been for my business and my agency and funnel builds in general. Just thinking about the big picture, dreaming big and going after it. This is what I want to offer you, and I am excited for those that want to join. Now, I want to close out and just tell you that if you want the slides, you go to bigpicturefunnels.com, bigpicturefunnels.com. I'll drop those maybe tonight or tomorrow, and then I'll drop the workbook on next week, and I have some freebies that I'll be dropping to you guys as well. So my last thing I'm going to say is please come up to me at some point if you haven't taken a selfie with me. And I also am handing out $1 million bills. So when I first went to Funnel Hacking Live, let me see. Oh man. Well, you have to come up here. But when I first went to Funnel Hacking Live, I didn't know anybody, and I needed an icebreaker. And so I'm like, okay, I need an icebreaker. So I started handing out $1 million bills to people. And that was seriously such an impactful thing. And now I just do it because I love it. So make sure that you guys get one. Take a picture and send it to me or post it in the group. And for those going on the Marketers Cruise, my birthday's Tuesday. Let's celebrate. We're going to have fun. I love you guys, and thank you so much. Cheers, everyone.
I'm gonna hold your water. No excuses and no blame. Stepping up my game.